Good morning, good morning. Good morning to all the beautiful souls that are watching this. Everybody that's watching, I hope everyone's doing all right. It's been a while since I've recorded. I've been going through some stuff, and I need to recover. But now I'm out, and I want to talk about what was going on and what I learned from my experience. Man, it's cold today though. It's cold. It's a bit gloomy, but that's okay because spring is about to start. But anyways, let me go ahead and talk about what I wanted to talk about, right? So recently, I actually went through probably the worst physical pain that I've ever been in. That's a pretty crazy start, right? The worst physical pain of my entire life. I've never had any broken bones. I've been through a lot of mental anguish. I would also say that I've been through a lot of spiritual anguish, and I've been hurt before. Like I've been punched, I've been kicked. I've got my wisdom teeth removed, but this was like no other. It was so sharp. It was a new pain that I never have experienced before. Now you might be asking, okay, well, what was it, right? So I have hearing aids, right? I have hearing aids, and if you could see that little plastic dome, it got stuck inside my right ear, deep inside my ear canal. It was terrible. It was terrible. And the thing is, right, I also have pretty small ears. Right, I've always been teased about it. Oh, look at your little baby ears. And it's like, yeah, but in this case, it was quite an inconvenience because then it made it even harder to get out. I digress. Right, to talk more about my experience. I noticed it on Friday. It got stuck. I went to urgent care. They didn't give me any sedative. They didn't give me any numbing cream. And they just tried pulling it out. I gave it a solid 4 attempts, but that pain was so excruciating, right? The ringing was so loud. The pressure inside my ear was so big and like so grand. And I couldn't bear with it. I couldn't bear it, right? It was a new pain that I never had. That same day, I tried to go to urgent care in the evening, and they tried removing it, but it was still bad. And the same thing, they didn't give me anything in terms of when they were trying to remove it. They prescribed me on pain medicine afterwards. But yeah, they tried removing it, same deal, same pain. And so they told me, oh, follow up with the clinic, follow up with them. But the thing is, it was Friday and they were closed on the weekend. So what ended up happening is that the next 2 days, I just had to deal with that piece of plastic stuck inside my ear canal. And I just had to deal with it, right? And it was terrible, right? Like the pain when it was being pulled out was grand. It was I don't know how else to describe it. It was just really sharp and like I don't even want to get graphic with it. It was just so bad. But when it was sitting there as well, it was just an irritant. And it was also bad. But good news, obviously I'm out here and I'm telling this story because yesterday I went to an ENT doctor, like a specialist, and he two different things happened. First of all, I had someone in the room with me for emotional support, and also the doctor gave me some numbing cream, which I'm inclined to believe helped, because he just pulled it right out on the second attempt. And I was ready to call it there, right, and be like, okay, I need to be put under. I can't do this while I'm awake. But having my brother there for emotional support the doctor who I'm inclined to believe was just better better than the other people who attempted. It was just a much better experience, because after the first attempt, you know, it hurt like hell, like usual. And then I was able to calm myself down and like not psych myself out, because I was really scared. I was scared because it's scary to me, you know, because I have hearing loss in both of my ears, right? And while this experience was not going to cause any lasting damage, it was so much for me. I couldn't bear it. I could not bear that pain. But I did. I dealt with it. And while my ear is inflamed right now, it's still, you know, I need to get some ear drops from Walgreens and whatnot. I need to get that dealt with. While my ear is inflamed, you know, it's not there anymore. And, you know, I saw it with my own eyes. My brother was there, and it was just a good experience, you know, to have it removed. Now you might be asking yourself, why did I just go ahead and talk about that the whole time? I'll tell you why. Because I think this experience was pretty good for me. This extreme pain that was preventable, that I put on myself, was good. Now you might be asking, well, why is this extreme pain? Why would you consider this a good thing? And I'll tell you why. Oh my goodness, it's windy. Because now I know that no matter how much pain I'm in physically, I am capable of getting past it. I am capable of getting past it. You know, like I mentioned in the beginning, you know, I've been through a lot of mental anguish through my life. I've been through a lot of mental stress. I put myself in a lot of mental stress. I've also been through some physical pain, but not to the extent of this. And, you know, I am fighting still a lot of different spiritual battles just within myself. Because, you know, I've mentioned this before, but there's people battling something all the time. That's why you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But I say this because I know now I am capable of overcoming any physical pain that comes my way because of this experience. This was the most physical pain I've ever been in my life. Like, there's something so deep in my canal. It was bad. The pressure was terrible, and it hurt to sleep. You know, that's why I had the pain medicine. But because I was able to get through it, I know that I can get through anything. And so I say this now: pain is temporary, right? Pain is temporary, but suffering is a choice. Pain is temporary. It doesn't matter what kind of pain that you're in. You know, whether it's physical pain, whether, you know, you've broken a bone, or whether something like tragic happened to you. That pain is temporary. But suffering, choosing to suffer, that is a choice. That is a choice. You can choose to suffer. Doesn't matter what kind of pain it is. You know, all kinds of pain, mental pain, physical pain. That is all choice. You know, you could choose to say that, you know, oh, you know, I'm just like, I am just this way, right? Like, whether you're going through like battles with depression, whether you're going through severe anxiety, or whether you're like scared, or whether you're so scared of something that you choose to walk away from it instead of dealing with it, right? That is a choice, right? And I say that, right? I wholeheartedly believe, I want to get this out there, right? I wholeheartedly believe in depression and anxiety and all like the other mental like battles that there are. I believe in that, right? I'm not saying that as in like it doesn't exist, but you are capable of rewiring how like these things affect you. I've had depression. I still do have depression. I would say so, but I'm learning and I'm working with myself to change how this affects me, because I don't want it to affect me the same way that it has in the past, right? This physical pain, having something stuck inside my right ear for so long, or what to me felt like so long, right? Friday to Monday. Now I'm looking at it and it's Tuesday. I'm just like, man, I really had it stuck in my ear, but I was able to get through it. And I know whoever's watching this, if you're going through any kind of pain, it's okay, because it's only temporary. Use that pain and learn what you can from it. Whether, you're going through like a hard time, like maybe someone broke up with you, maybe you lost something important to you, whether a person or a job, or something didn't quite work out the way that you wanted to, or hopefully, God forbid, like something non-life threatening is happening to you, right? Like it was for me, like, something stuck in my ear canal. Whatever kind of pain you're going through, it's only temporary, and you can get through it. The mind is stronger than the body, because you can control how these things are perceived by you. I was with my brother, right? Because before, when I was getting the stuff removed, I had no one in there with me, and I was just dealing with the pain by myself. That's why I didn't get removed faster. But I was with my brother, and on the last visit that we just went on, he pulled it out. It was an intense pain. I was crying. I couldn't deal with it. But then my brother was like, just focus on your breathing. Grounding myself, like, because I was psyched out. I was scared. I didn't want to do it anymore. Like I was telling myself all kinds of things. I was like, man, I can't do this. I can't do it anymore. I was like, it's too painful. I can't. I need to go under. My brother was like, let's take a deep breath. Focus on your breathing, right? Focus on your breathing, right? You're psyching yourself out. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. He told me that. And so I listened to him. I managed to bring myself back down to equilibrium, right? I was like, okay, I can do this. I'm not panicking anymore. I'm not letting this get to me. I focused my consciousness on something other than the pain. And because I did that, it just came right out. You choose what your consciousness wants to focus on, whether it's the pain or whether it's the good in a situation. You choose to focus what it is that you want to focus on, right? And so if you could change what your awareness is on, then you could change how any situation can be perceived. It's very easy for someone to, focus only on the negative in a situation. I know that to be true of myself, because that's what I used to do. I used to only focus on negatives, right? Or you could focus on the positives. And it might be hard, especially if like maybe you were like hardwired that way, where it's like, or maybe that's like a protective mechanism for you, where it's like, oh, just assume the worst is gonna happen and you won't be let down, right? But I'm telling you, you can choose to focus what you want your awareness to be on. And it's gonna take some work, but if you can constantly do it, it will lead to greater rewards than you can ever imagine. And so that's why I wanted to talk about my experience, because I'm choosing to focus on the positives, what I learned from it, also the experience that I have with the adult doctor world, because being in those rooms, in those situations, I mean, it was all new to me, right? And so I learned something new, learn how to properly navigate those situations. And I also learned my support system better, and how much they are there for me, and how much of a difference it can make to have people who are there to support you. All these things I'm choosing to focus on, instead of the lasting pain that I had, instead of the fact that my ears inflamed, right? I'm focusing on the fact that it's out. I am okay. I am okay. And you know why? Because pain is temporary. Pain is temporary. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up around here. If you're seeing this, I love you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Make sure to take care of yourself, because the only person that can take care of you is you. And always remember, pain is temporary, but suffering is a choice. Have a good one.